YouTube, what's up? Dodif here. Making a short video, quick video for my entry in Aristocob's 2018 Cobfoolery Contest. I am in the Pro class, and this is my entry for the Freehand category. Real quick before we get into the pipe, I want to thank Scott again, as always, for putting on the contest. It's always a lot of fun. And if you want to see any of my previous submissions, entries from a couple years ago, past years, just scroll down, you'll see them. On some of them, you'll see that I have said or mentioned that, you know, this was the hardest, most challenging pipe that I've made to date. But the pipe I'm about to show you right now, though, 100% up to this date, is the most challenging and difficult pipe that I've ever made, and very well might be ever. So without further ado, let's get into the pipe. Alrighty, so first off, I want to apologize for my my workstation. It's very dirty. I had to kind of clean up real quick. I'm still working on my other entry. I'm almost done with it, but I want to go and get this video done and out of the way, so here we go. Without further ado, I call this pipe the Cob Rose, and here we go. This is the Cob Rose. It is made from a country gentleman bowl, Missouri meerschaum, of course. The whole body is corncob. Everything's corncob. The leaves, corncob. The thorns are corncob. The leaves up here are corncob, and of course the bowl is, like I said, a country gentleman. The stem, it's I believe an ebonite stem from the Cobbett series, Missouri meerschaum Cobbett series pipes. But this is it. Let's see, get some more closer to detail. And I'll get into how everything was made here in just a second, but yeah, this is it. The Cob Rose. You can kind of see the airway right there. For easy cleaning, comes off. So in a sense, it's a reverse calabash, something like that. I don't know. But let's get into it real quick on how it was made. So first off, like I said, the bowl is a Missouri meerschaum country gentleman. They didn't have the Cobfoolery kits at the time, so I had to, you know, get a country gentleman. You can't see the plug because it's kind of covered, but I had to plug where the shank used to be. I had to redo the bottom hardwood plug in order to, the way I do my plugging of the shank holes, I drill it all the way through and then replug it so everything's smooth. Maybe I'll make a video one day on that. But anyways, this is from, you know, this is a shank obviously that goes inside of a regular Missouri meerschaum corncob pipe. I cut it, and then I drilled it and glued it and everything to where it'll fit in there. That way it can fit inside the body of it. But we'll get into the body in a little bit. But back to the bowl. So the leaves are actually two country gentlemen's cut in half. And I'll post some pics around this area. But so yeah, focus, there you go. But so yeah, two country gentlemen's cut in half, and then it's just a bunch of sanding and grinding and shaping, you know, to get the leaf shapes. On the leaves, I use just like a Dremel tool to kind of, you know, notch out this leaf pattern, and I think it came out pretty well. As far as the bowl goes, here's some more pictures of it, but this was me just kind of shaping it out. I got the little notch right here. This is just to kind of show, you know, it's two separate petals. You know, that's why it's all shaped like that. It's just for it to look more rose-like, so to speak. And then I kind of shaved down like a layer going across to kind of, you know, to look like it kind of goes it's like a, looks like a rose, so to speak. If I think I saw that picture. If I have that picture, I'll post it here in a little bit of what I was kind of going by. But anyways, I think it came out pretty good. Looks like a rose in my opinion, with the leaves. And as far as how I got the leaves to stay on here, I didn't want to just glue them on here, because I mean, I was just worried it'd snap off if I dropped it or something, God forbid. So what I ended up doing was drilling some holes inside through the leaves, and then into the I made the plug pretty big because I knew that's how I was going to do it. So the plug on the bowl itself, it's pretty thick, so I drilled a hole through here and then into the bowl. And then on the leaves, I super glued some nails, and then I re-plugged where that hole was, so you can't really see, you know, obviously where the nail was. And here's a picture of kind of the leaf, one of the leaves with the nails, so you can kind of get an idea of how I did it. But once that was done, then of course I stained everything and whatnot. And then from there, I super glued the nail into the bowl. So it's definitely, you know, sturdy. So it's not going nowhere. But so that's the bowl of it. Now as far as the body goes, obviously this is a piece of corn cob that's molded onto it. There's a shank that's inside that kind of goes into it. Here's a pick. And so yeah, pretty much I got a big piece of corn cob. It kind of looks like this before, and obviously you just shaped it and I slanted this, got everything measured up and whatnot. The leaves are also from a country gentleman. I still have one piece left over once I had cut it up. We're having a problem focusing today. But yeah, so something like this is what I shaped the leaves. And I did it the same way with the nail. I'll post here's a picture of it with the nails going through them. But I did it the same way I you know, got these leaves to stay onto the bowl. I did the same thing with the body. It barely goes through, but it's enough to, you know, to where I could glue them on there without it being. I had to do a little bit of molding right here, but nothing too crazy. So yeah, that's that. And then of course, like I said, back to this, the corn cob kind of sat over that shank style piece that's in there. As far as the thorns go, it's still, again, it's part of those country gentlemen's that I had. And here's a picture of kind of how, once they were shaped, and the way I got them to actually stay on the body, on the stem, the rose stem, was, focus, jeez Louise. So with my Dremel tool, before I plastered all of this, I cut out these notches in various places where I was wanting the thorns to be. Here's a picture of that. But yeah, so once I cut those notches out, then I just continued to shape the thorns to where they fit in there perfectly. And then I was able to glue them in there. And then after everything was dried, of course, I plastered the whole thing, and just, you know, bunch of sanding, and more sanding, and more sanding. So yeah, I think it came out pretty good. Where'd that stem go? And then this, again, this is from a Cobbett series, and all I did was add this little bend at the very tip. So, and of course, it's got the little ferrule, smaller ferrule on there. But yeah, this is the rose, the Cob Rose. I think it came out very nicely. Definitely, like I said in the beginning of the video, my most challenging pipe to date to make, and I think ever. The bottom is just, I just left it natural. You know, it was just naturally on the bottom of the cobs. And there you go. So here it is. Sorry this video went a little long, but Obviously there's a lot that went into it, and I just wanted to kind of make sure everybody saw it, how it was made. And yeah, and there'll be some, by now there should be some pictures on Instagram, but this is it, the Cob Rose. Thanks again, Scott, for the contest. Lots of fun, and hopefully everyone likes it. If you have any questions, I'll just leave them in the comments, and I'll try to answer them as best as I can. There it is. Alrighty guys, thanks. And it does smoke. Smoking some Arrow Monster, gifted to me by Ben the Bagpiper. Smoke's very cool. Like I said, it kind of enters this chamber right here. It goes down to about right here. So the smoke kind of goes down here and then out. So it's more of a reverse calabash, but it smokes. T-shirt gifted to me by Badger Piper. Check him out on YouTube. He's also a Cob modder, as well as Ben the Bagpiper. Yeah, just check their stuff out. Thanks guys.